Hello YouTube, I'm back again. I just wanted to talk about what's going on in the news today, that we should be prepared. I just want to start with talking about Puerto Rico. Last time I talked about Puerto Rico, they got hit with that hurricane and it devastated them, and it was still trying to rebuild, and now they got earthquakes. Earthquakes been coming on a regular for the last 10 days. They really got hit. Especially in the South where they got tore up and buildings was collapsing and all that good stuff down there in the South. But yeah, I seen on the news today where they had the power plant shut down and the water cut off, and the only people that's getting water or power is some schools. Not all the schools, but some schools and some hospitals. So they trying to get water and power to those hospitals and schools because it's 300,000 households there that's without power in Puerto Rico. They need our help again. It's been 10 days of misery for them people, and it just it just shows you anything can happen. And if we were in that condition, could we survive? Even if we prep, could we survive something like that? So many different obstacles for them to handle. FEMA's there. And of course, FEMA's doing their usual. They talking about they monitoring the situation, and they want to see what the effects is first, and they're going to coordinate. This is what always gets me. They're going to coordinate with the Puerto Rican governor down there. Yeah, FEMA. But anyway, I don't want to talk about FEMA because I know what they're going to do. All right, so basically that's about it for Puerto Rico. I hope a lot of them prepared and had bug out bags or whatever they needed, especially like I said in the South, because they really had buildings collapsing all around them and stuff like that. Matter of fact, they closed the island. The island closed because of unsafe conditions. So if you plan on traveling to Puerto Rico, you can't. They closed the island. So anyway, and another thing, today is the 8th, and I want to talk a little bit about the Iran situation. It's getting to the point where this is beginning to be deadly because they're firing missiles and they not hitting anything supposedly, but they firing missiles. But they are doing cyber attacks. So that's going to affect everybody here because they're trying to cut out our power and our grid. And and eventually they're going to do terror attacks over here. I know they got sleeper cells around this country. I just don't know where, because we got so many sympathizers that roots for them. I don't understand it. How could you be an American and root against your own country? But that's a whole different story. Okay, so they posing the threat, Iran is. Regardless of what our country do, it's still our country. Okay, so the federal government issued warnings, new warnings about that, to be aware that cyber attacks are taking place, and that there probably will be some terror attacks around here somewhere. I have no idea. So be on your P's and Q's. And one more thing I want to mention, the Republicans and Democrats are both playing games with this impeachment thing. I wish they go do what they're gonna do and get it over with, so we can go home and run our country like it should be run. Because this is beginning to be ridiculous with all this political partisanship and playing going on around here. And I don't like to talk politics because it's a game with them. These guys have been in office for 40 years, some of them politicians, and it's a game to them. So we need a third party. I keep saying that because I don't think none of them got our interests in hand, and I'm not speaking subversive. I'm just saying we need a third party to keep the parties we got, but add another one in there to even things out, to give people a third choice. Other than that, that's about it. I really didn't want to talk too much, and I just want everybody to be safe because the weather in here this week in Cleveland is going to be fantastic, for this time of year. All right then, YouTube. Thank you very much.